Welcome to this introduction video where we are showing the ImagoFolio setup for primary digitization. We have designed this setup to be affordable and easy to carry around, so you can do the digitization of primary sources anywhere and with very limited resources. What do we need for this? We need a photo box such as this one. It's available in different sizes. Here we have a very big one. We will show a smaller one in a minute. Which is usually used for product photography, but we can easily use it for digitizing handwritten or printed sources as well. Then we need a smartphone with a good camera. In this case, we are using a Google Pixel, which has the advantage of being directly connected to the Google Drive cloud store. And then we need something what we can use to check the image quality on a bigger screen. In this case, we are using a Chromebook, which is using the same drive system as the smartphone, so the image is synchronized directly, which is an added advantage. But in theory, you can also use any other device with a sufficiently large screen. What we want to show you today is how to use this whole setup, what little pitfalls there might be, and how you can get the best out of this very easy and affordable setup to get good quality for sources you can archive and digitize this way so you can work with them in multiple ways. So first of all, the setup. We have right here the smaller version of this light box. If you package it together, it's a very small little thing you can put into a bag. You just pop it up like that. There's a handle right here. And you pull down this part like that, and you have a cube which you can place on the table. You have a cable right here which you can connect directly to the laptop, so it gets its energy, and you can use the light that is attached inside. Once you've added it, you can use this little control panel to turn up the light, make it brighter, and so you make sure that there's enough light inside that the document you want to digitize is well lit. Up here we have a little hole you can open up where you can place the camera on top when you do your photographs. Okay. As an example, we have brought two documents. One is just a single sheet of paper, and the other one is a book of handwritten, in this case, cooking recipes, right here. And we will show you hands-on how you can digitize them and also attach the files that are the result of this process below the video. Now, let's start with the book. As you can see, you see already the advantage why you might want to use the bigger one rather than the smaller one. The smaller one is of course cheaper and a little easier to carry around, but if you have a book with 2 pages, it's already difficult to fit it into the whole thing. That's why we will use the bigger box for now. We will just use it out of the box for now, place it inside, inside the box, and now we take the phone. We have to take care of a few settings, not many. We just open up the standard camera app. And what we want to make sure is that no flash is used. We want to make sure that the raw files are taken as well as JPEG files, because raw files have the better quality. And it is useful to put a timer of 3 seconds, just because whenever you take the photo and you click on the phone, there will be a little bit of vibration and it might distort the quality, as this whole box is fairly sturdy, but not totally. So it can be advantageous to have the timer of 3 seconds, so you have a little bit of time for the whole system to get into the resting position after you've clicked it. So you place the phone on top of the box like this. You just click on the 3 seconds button, and it takes a picture. Now there are a few things, this quality will already be quite good as it is. There are a few more things we can do to add to this. Number one, we can use a dark backdrop, which makes the contrast better. There is already, when you buy these Pullets light boxes, such a foil attached to it, or it comes with it. Unfortunately, that's quite glossy and it has some reflections. So we recommend not using this one, but rather actually buying something that is just standard black cardboard that is not glossy, because then you will not have any light reflections. You can place it below your book or whatever you want to photograph, like that. And this will already improve the quality quite a bit. And then the other thing is, as you can see, there is quite a bit of a distance in this big box between the camera and the actual source. And especially if you have such a tiny object such as this one, if you don't want to photograph a double page or a big page, if you have such a small paper right here, there's a lot of space around it that is photographed but not needed. So you can improve the quality of the picture by elevating the whole thing a little bit, so it gets closer to the camera and you will still have everything covered that is on the page. For this, we have a bit of an uncommon version. We have taken something from children toys. These little puzzle tiles are very cheap, light, and you can get them basically everywhere. They fit into the box and you can use them to elevate the paper we have right here. So you place it below your black backdrop. You can take as many or as few as seems correct. That depends on the size of the picture. Of course, you want everything still covered and ideally a little bit of a rim around it so you are just sure that it is in focus. And if you put it in like that, this thing will be already quite a bit higher than it was before and the quality will increase. I will take another picture right now. Finally, there are two more items we can use optionally. One is a ruler such as this one, which we can place next to the object we're digitizing. So we already have the exact measurements of the object, which is good for archivation. And finally, if we have a book that is not quite flat enough, we can use a stringed weight such as this one to push down on the page we need to be flattened so the paper doesn't warp, which can also be disadvantageous to the quality. Finally, when we have taken our pictures, we can go to the Images app of the phone and select to push these images to the cloud, such as this. If we do this, we can push them to the cloud. And if we have a look on our Google Chromebook right here, and we go to the Photos app over here, we see already that we can find the images we took just now. It synchronizes very quickly, and we can check, zoom in, and so on, whether the quality is sufficient or we want to retake the photographs. Another option we see right here for the light boxes, we are right here at the Scan Lab at the Saxonian State and University Library. This is another model you can use for the digitization. It's quite a bit bigger and has the advantage of having right here an option of closing down everything in the front where you enter the book and thus controlling the setting a bit more. The advantage, of course, is that the volumes you can scan can be bigger, but it is also a bit of a disadvantage as the distance between the top where you place the phone and the actual document is also bigger. So it depends a little bit on the camera whether the quality is good enough to manage such a distance. Of course, yeah, the quality decreases a little bit when the distance gets bigger. We will attach two pictures from this setup, one with 12 megapixels and one with a bit of a better model which has 50 megapixels, so you can compare and see for yourself. That's all for today. We thank you all for watching, and we hope this setup will be good for your work as well. We would love to see more people work with it and use it to digitize sources that have been so far only been stored in an archive or such a place and can now be made accessible digitally. Thank you very much, and see you soon.